What's up, y'all? It's Hayden, aka Brother Hellis, and you are now tuning into the Babbling Brothers. If you're working out, chilling with the boys, or just need a distraction from your everyday troubles, then you're in the right place. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome.
DC's trying to
You in trouble?
figure out that thing. Why? Yours has been broke the past 2 weeks. Sorry guys, we're experiencing technical difficulties. It's basically the same problems we were having last week. Same problems still. We came in here after that small break where we couldn't make it to the podcast because we were either in the hospital or injured. And we come back on Tuesday and all of our stuff is deleted. So now we still have the same problem. And we still don't have an intro, so this is the intro. Welcome to the Babbling Brothers podcast. Starring your host, Chris Dennis, and Chris Dennis right now. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Is it?
I think it. Check.
Are you on the line, Taylor?
I don't know.
Give me a piece of your mind.
I thought this microphone was about to be on the floor. It scared me.
It was dangling like a little wishbone. Oh god.
Wow.
Man, my skin's kind of itching. It's kind of hot in here.
Yeah, it's because it's cold outside and then you come into the heat.
Oh god. For everybody, apparently it was raining a lot in Gainesville yesterday too. I was talking to my parents, but the weather yesterday literally almost made me sick. It was ridiculous, and it's
I
supposed
liked
to.
it, honestly.
Yeah, I liked it. I just got caught out walking from the gym to the Commons to my car, and it was pouring down rain. So I had to walk through it 3 times. I was just like, oh man.
Yeah, I get stuck walking through it, but it kept all the nerd boy clicks inside.
Yeah, I know.
Off of the green staring at me, so it was nice. Yeah, it is.
Gotta take my cap off.
Anyway. You want to go ahead and...
Getting into the Babbling Brothers podcast today.
Please, yeah.
Actually,
Lead it off.
this is always your.
I don't care, man. I'm heated right now.
I'll let you take the reins.
All right. Well, anyway, folks. We got a nice little show for you today. We're going to start off with our basic of the week, which is going to be cheerfulness. Because you got to be cheerful in life. I'm so cheerful right now. You don't even know. Then we're going to move it on to Tornado Watch, where he's going to talk about being unsatisfied. Care to elaborate?
Yeah, pretty much. You can't be satisfied in things that you're doing right now because this is a transitional stage in your life. It's not permanent, so don't be satisfied with anything.
Pow. All right, then we're going to move it on to a nice, fun little section where we're going to talk about where, firstly, in the United States we'd like to live. If we didn't live here, if we could live anywhere else in the United States, where would that be? And then also worldwide, where would we want to live? Nationwide or internationally?
Prestige worldwide, man.
Prestige worldwide. Why? And then after a quick song break, we're going to come back and go over to Chili's Corner, where he's going to talk about Pete Davidson talking about Dan Crenshaw.
That's if you have any form of social media, probably Twitter was the best one to use it for, but he was getting flamed. Pete Davidson was getting flamed on there, and he's the ex of Ariana Grande. So
I'll flame you.
if you're a girl, you probably know this guy because you probably think he's the worst scum on the planet Earth. But he messed up again, so it's gonna elaborate about that.
Fun stuff. Then we're going to move it on over to Triple Bite, where we're going to talk about Zoyo. It's a nice little frozen yogurt joint with Ben, and it's tasty. It's got some good stuff.
And we kind of mentioned it last week too, but it was honestly that good compared to other froyo places that we felt like it deserved its own little spotlight.
Yep, 100%. Then we're going to move it on over to PlayStation Vacation, where we're thinking, we might not have a ton of gaming gaming shenanigans to talk about. So we're going to try out a fun little game called 5-Second Rule. More on that later. After a quick song break, we're going to come back and talk about pushing negativity out of your life because you don't need that crap. All right?
It's getting to the point. It's getting to the point to where if you let it happen, it's going to affect the whole semester.
Yeah,
because finals are coming around, and that's pretty much your end-all, be-all grade right there.
And I'm not going to lie, I'm on the edge right now because I'm letting negativity get into my life with this microphone situation, with this stupid other bull crap situation. And it's making me salty. Anyway, moving on. We're gonna after that we're gonna hit. Goodness gracious, I'm dying. We're gonna hit this week in sports. We're gonna talk about OBJ.
Odell.
He got 2 touchdowns last night.
We're gonna talk about
First 2
the
of the
NBA and some other sporting shenanigans as well.
A little spoiler: TC made the fantasy playoffs.
Yep, that's right. In a very competitive league, so this is
Pow.
literally every team is either. I think one person has like 6 wins, and everybody else is 5 and 4. And the person that scored the most points, Patrick, he didn't make the playoffs. That's how close
I
it
heard
was.
about that. They were Logan was talking about it at Tin Lizzie's, and he was just like dying laughing because every time he's played somebody, they've just had like an amazing week.
Yeah. Like, I mean, it happened. It happened to me like 3 times. Like, people had a really good week against me, and I scored. I think I have the second most points. I have a pretty good team, but my top receiver, AJ Green, is out till December, so that doesn't bode well for the playoffs for me. And
No,
that's
it's
when you
great.
win your money.
No, it's great.
So whoever wins gets $451 bills. So I got to win.
Wow.
450 actual dollar bills.
Yeah, $100, like $1.
Like
bills.
one
Straight from a stripper's G-string. Anyway,
Mine.
after that, we're going to move it on over to lastly #Hellis, where we're going to talk about the death of a legend in Stan Lee.
Mm-hmm.
That's the show for the day, guys. And we're going to hop right into it with the basic of the week, which is cheerfulness. Now, as you can probably tell, I'm not very cheerful right now. But I'm really trying, folks, because it's important to
You're not going to be cheerful 24/7.
No,
Yeah,
and that's true. You're not. It's not going to be 24/7. You know,
because it's not like the socialist view on the world where it's flowers and dandelions and
life
canes.
can be tough,
Yeah.
and it smacks you in the face sometimes. But
overall,
the important
majority.
thing is you should take that and push that negativity out of your life, as we're going to talk about later, and try and buck up and enjoy life while you have it, because
For me, as we were naming off the list of things that we wanted to talk about, cheerful really stuck with me because at Tin Lizzie's, one of the jobs there is a hostess, and a hostess is literally meant to be there to look pretty, say, hi, how are we doing? Like, you're the face of the company.
enhance
Like,
the experience.
yes, exactly. Like, when the customer walks in...
and give me your cell phone number. Oh,
Yeah.
what?
For real. When the customer walks in, the first thing he or she wants to see is a nice, like, cheerful face, making them feel welcome, and directing like that. That's the first part of your meal, is having a good time with that. So the other day, I was serving, and I noticed there was a newer hostess, and we've had a pretty rough time with getting hostesses. Like, they'll just look at people when they walk in, and then they'll just go like 2, as if they see how many people they have, and ask like how many they want for the table. But that's like all. Like, they'll just smile and stare at them and be like 2, and it's just like, oh my gosh, like, it is so easy. Just like, because whenever I walk to the front, like, I'm just doing like my rounds about how many tables. Whenever somebody's walking in, like, I try my hardest to be like, hey guys, like, how we doing? Like, thank you for coming. Or the opposite, if they're leaving. Like, it's really easy.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I just don't know. The hostess's job is just to do that.
Yep.
Just to do that.
Can't even do that.
It is literally the no malfunctions.
Yeah, something about to get smashed in here. Just smash one of the vinyls, man.
I'm cheerful.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had this really old couple come in, and I was walking in one of the hallways, and I see the hostess like just kind of walking with her back turned to the customers like the whole way. Took them to the very back, which is fine because that's my section. You have to go by section. And about 10, 15 feet behind her was this really old couple, and they were moving pretty slow, but I could tell they were definitely like old school. When the gentleman got his drink, he wanted a beer, but he wanted it to come with dinner. And so I just feel like that's an older type of,
Yeah.
Beef is what's for dinner.
Yeah. I mean, I call it the turf and turf. Ron Swanson.
Dinner.
So yeah,
It's not
and I
perfect.
just like
I'll send it back.
I watched this hostess, probably like the sweetest like people you can like the people you have to be the sweetest to, like really old people. And she just had her back turned, and like when she got to the table, she just kind of like turned around and didn't say a word and just like handed them the menus. And I was just like, God, that just looks so terrible, like.
Yeah.
So the biggest thing for me is obviously there's tough times, and I'm not saying put on a face, because like if you do have problems,
Well, when
look
you're
at
at work,
that.
you do have to put on a
I was
face
gonna say,
sometimes.
yeah.
It's
I
your
mean,
job,
if
like,
your job is literally to just smile at people and be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, hey, how you
I don't
doing?"
care how
then
bad
put
your
a
day
put a
is.
smile on your face. I don't
Yeah.
care if you're having a rough day.
Because
You act cheerful.
I know.
because being cheerful or just giving that persona like opens up to a lot of different things. Like we made a little joke last night, like if you're going somewhere and you have to like squeeze by somebody, or just like you're in a situation where you have to interact with someone else, and you look at them and they give you that face that looks like it's like a vulture on a wire, and it's just like not really inviting, and then it's just like really awkward. But if someone's cheerful and like vice versa, it's like it just what was basically the week we did a long time ago about like opening doors, stuff like that. Shoot. Like just holding the door for people.
I know
Like,
what you're talking about.
being cheerful like opens up situations like that, and like
Yeah.
that is your first goal.
It wasn't chivalry. It was like
Yeah, what was it? man?
Respect.
I don't know.
I think it was like
I-
common respect.
I
yeah.
think it was respect. Yeah.
Okay.
But like being cheerful is the first step to that, and it literally like have you? We have this dude at work also. Have you ever met somebody where and like you're talking with all your friends about him, like he's just so happy. Like who doesn't want to be that guy?
Yeah.
Like literally this guy at work, like no one has ever said anything bad about him, and the only thing that people can say about him, like he's always smiling. Like I really wish people talked about me like that.
Yeah. I know for a fact people don't talk about me like that because I get pissy. I'm not gonna lie. But
To be honest with you, as long as the person does their job, like if we're talking about at work, that's fine with me. But outside of work, like yeah, I'd like for people to be happy,
Yeah.
smiling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at work, I don't care how much you smile if you don't do your job. You're
Yeah.
out of here.
I mean, you want people to like enjoy their jobs, but
yeah,
if if you're just doing a crappy job, then get out.
coming to work to make jokes. We
Doing a
know one
crappy
person
job
that
does
that.
not bode
Oh,
well
that
for.
sound is terrible.
DC just has
God.
relapse every time the alarm sound goes off.
Oh man, I hate that sound.
You all right there, buddy?
It just like makes my like neck just like tingle. Like oh my
Makes
god.
your neck tingle, huh?
Yeah, like I don't know, cause like that's what I wake up to. So it's just like oh god,
I'm sorry.
Stop.
it's all good.
Stopped your. Yeah, I said about 17 this morning. I was gonna wake up at 6:15, and that didn't work. But
That didn't work.
pretty much gonna finish up on the cheerful
Yeah.
aspect of life.
Yeah, just to round it out, no matter what, if you're having a crappy day, whatever it is, try to be cheerful, folks. I know I'm gonna try today, even though the day may not have started out too hot.
Yeah,
I'm
you can
gonna
always get better.
I'm gonna make myself be happy.
But you can't let this minuscule part of 2 hours out of 24 days define the rest of your day.
Yep. That's an actual, factual, verifiable fact. All right. So we're gonna move it on over to Tornado Watch.
What if an actual tornado came?
You know the SpongeBob episode where he's doing that.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, oh my god, dude, that's so funny. Hey, last night we were rehearsing or like going through our presentation, me and Miles, Jessica at Tin Lizzie's her boyfriend, and he was like, he said, he said something like kind of dumb, and he was like, yeah, that's kind of like, no, this is Patrick. And like, like the,
Yeah.
hey, is this a Krusty Krab? No, this is Patrick. And like, he starts getting mad, and he slams the phone. Like, that's
this is Patrick.
he's like, grasp the rod.
Firmly grasp it.
Firmly grasp it.
He's like,
dude, that's my favorite. That's my favorite part of any SpongeBob episode.
God.
Jesus Christ, dude, that one is so funny.
oh,
Firmly
man.
grasp it. Oh man! All right, now to bring the negativity. No, just kidding. No, this ain't about. This isn't about this isn't about being negative. It's just about being like unsatisfied with where you're at. If you're in college, if you're starting out on your first job, which I feel like most of our listeners are of this subset, I guess you could say. And, just be unsatisfied with where you're at in life. You can be satisfied to an extent, but don't say, oh, well, I got a 3.8 GPA. I've had an internship. Let me just, kick back, put on the, the cruise control and just see what kind of job I can get. No, that's when you should, push for more. And I know that, like, I've kind of been content with where I was at earlier in this semester, just thinking that, I've already got a job lined up, I'm good. But, I've came to the realization that I'm about to push even harder than I ever have before to get to the next level.
It's time to go 100 times harder.
It really is, because, I've slacked off this semester. I'll be the first to admit it. But that's not going to stop me. Like, I'm going and I'm going to push for an internship at one of the big four companies of accounting. I think I got a pretty good shot. I know a lot of connections. It's kind of hard because I don't go to the University of Georgia or somewhere like that.
Well, that's just the best college.
Yeah, it's the Harvard of the South. People come out of there and do great things, like
nothing.
Tin Lizzies.
I don't know. I can't think of anybody right now. No, but just, be unsatisfied with where you're at. Don't be satisfied, especially right now. Once you make it, and you've reached that, like, peak happiness of, like, if you just want a family and, a steady flow of income and you reach that, then you can be satisfied. But don't be satisfied with making good grades in college and, having the opportunity to get a job. Push for the best job that you can get, everything like that.
And, like, if I don't want you to be, like, totally depressed with with whatever life you do have, but what TC means is, like, be unsatisfied to the point where you want to push yourself harder and strive for greater things.
Yeah.
Say it. TC, what's the saying? Don't dress for the job you have.
Don't dress for the job you have. Dress for the job you want.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do not be satisfied with a mediocre lifestyle.
That's like going into a job interview at Tin Lizzie's and wearing sweatpants and a T-shirt.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's pretty much like, like
that makes me sick.
the amount of like low levelness that a serving job is compared to all the other jobs in the world, how like higher up. Yeah, that's about what you're wearing compared to most things. But go in there dressed nice, man.
Yeah.
It's not hard. Put a collared shirt on.
We talked
And
about
a
that
pair of
last week,
khakis.
but that
God.
kind of resembles it. Like, don't be satisfied with, and yeah, you're getting your first job. Like, even if it's a serving job, like, you got to make that money somehow. So
Yeah.
like that money, but you got to use that money to propel yourself to keep moving forward.
That drives me crazy.
Well, unsatisfied. I'm talking about like as a whole, be unsatisfied.
Mm-hmm.
Like after a test, like whenever I crush a test, I am screaming. I'm fired up. I'm calling my mom, my dad, everybody, and I'm fired up because that's something that I put all of my effort into. So you can be satisfied about stuff like that, I guess you could say, because I get excited about that. But what I'm not going to be satisfied about is like reaching a level of success in college and then being content with it. I'm not going to do that. And I feel like I've done that this semester, and I'm kind of mad at myself, but it's fine. Like, I know that I'll make it right. It's time to get it.
Crank it to 11.
It's time to get satisfied overall instead of satisfied in the first 2 years
With
of school.
mediocrity.
Yeah, exactly.
But also, like, it was good, like you said, like after your test, you are happy. It is good to give yourself credit.
Yeah.
And for me, I think that's like, I think for all of us, we all grew up in a pretty. Our parents very well made us like respect how to be humble and for what you have. So it is kind of hard to reward myself because we've never really been the people that kind of gloat about things. But you do need to give yourself that like satisfaction of like being happy, but you can't let it go overboard.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like I let it go overboard, but
And that's
I don't
fine.
really
Every
care.
person is different.
yeah. Like, I mean, I'm humble. Like I know that none of this would be, like I wouldn't be at this school if it wasn't for my parents. So like, it is like I'm humble from that standpoint. But I'm the first person in my family to go to college, and I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, I'm gonna live it up. I'm gonna do it the right way. And if some limp-wristed beta male feminist in my friend group comes up to me and he wants to say something to me, I'm gonna go ahead and put him in his place because I know that I'm better than him. And that's just the cold hard truth of it. I hate being that guy, but I know that I'm better than some people right now. And they're satisfied with where they're at.
We're just better.
they're not on my level whatsoever. Because I could just go and graduate right now with a bachelor's degree and have a $50,000 job lined up, but I'm not satisfied with that. Whereas a lot of people are, and that's sad because that's where America is going right now. Everybody just wants to get to have a good time in college and get that job and then go and die off in a hole. I'm not going to be that guy. I'm taking it to McGregor level. And not, the fancy cars and everything like that. I'm just talking about, like, being happy when I wake up every morning.
Just
Looking in the mirror saying,
intrinsic motivation.
you are the man. Like, who wants to wake up like that? I'll be the first. I'm raising my daggum hand right now because I want to be that guy. Like you have to be humble to an extent. But whenever you put the work in so much more than everybody else and you make it and you're satisfied, that's when you got to be unsatisfied and just push it to the next level. But no, just continue to push. Don't be satisfied, especially right now, because college does not matter. It does not matter. This is simply a certificate saying I can work.
I know you guys couldn't see, but I think you could feel the blood pressure rising in that.
Yeah.
that past 2 minutes there.
Yeah, no. Oh my God, because people think they are so freaking cool because they're doing all this stuff. But let me go ahead and tell you something. As soon as we get out of this school, they're going to realize how minimal they really are and how much more they should have done.
Yeah, we were talking just real quick before we shift over. We were talking in my philosophy class yesterday about how like minuscule, like kind of like our lives are in the greater scheme of things.
Mm-hmm.
So like, why not make your life stand out as much as you can? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Compared to all these just betas that are
Exactly.
that are just doing nothing.
Nothing.
Like, God bless, man.
Like,
like
it's. Oh my God, dude!
It's crazy.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because there's seniors that haven't even had internships yet, and that's cool for some majors because you don't really need it. But if you're a business major, like an accounting person come up to me the other day and said, "How'd you get your internship?" I was like, "Aren't you a senior?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm looking to get a tax internship." I'm like, what have you been doing for 4 years? Like, what have you been doing? Are you seriously that satisfied with just going to class?
He's
Class,
a dealt.
like,
He's a dealt, dude. It's fine.
No, he's actually not in a fraternity. I don't know how I knew this dude. He just come up and was talking
God.
to me at Starbucks. I'm like,
You go to Starbucks?
yeah.
White girl.
No, so like, I just go to Starbucks because it's on campus. I hate Starbucks, to be honest with you.
We all used to get a black coffee there, so it's not really Starbucks.
That's all I get.
If you ain't
Still.
Dunkin', you ain't spunkin'.
Pumpkins. I like October.
You ain't got pumpkins.
Yeah, no.
Fall, baby.
That is very true, though. Like, our life is so short. And
Yeah.
You got to live it up.
Yep.
And everything that you do now and, like, how you can, like, I want to be that dad that's, like, excited. You know what I'm saying? Whenever I wake up, I don't want to be like, okay, kids, I'm going to work. Like I want to wake up.
Another day in hell. No, I'm just kidding.
I want to wake up and be like, hey, kids, y'all ready for school? I'm ready to go to work. Let's kill this thing. And remember, like what happened? What does it mean when you're famous? That you've impacted the world. Something like that. I want to be able to preach that kind of message because I don't want to be the guy that's like, all right, kids, well, your lunch is in the fridge.
Let me
Mom
go
will
to
pick
my
you up to go to
miserable
soccer."
job
You go
where
to
I
work, like-
hate myself.
Yeah,
And then all you hear in the distance is,
I hate you, Dad.
Yeah.
and it's like,
You suck.
and you
Yeah.
go to work, and it's like, no,
And like,
Comes and kicks you in the shin.
yeah, and then your kids are like, oh man, Billy's dad's so cool, and it's like who wants to hear that, man?
I'm not Billy.
Like I know everybody has different goals, but me personally, I want to be a great dad. I can't wait to be a dad, and
I already
I'm not
have the
saying
dad
I'm gonna
bod.
go and get a girl pregnant and everything like that right now.
I'm ready, TC.
But
Mount me.
like whenever I am, man, I'm gonna make a satisfying husband and dad.
Oh wow! All right, moving it on from that. Anyway,
Where would you want to live if
yeah.
as a
So
husband?
basically, we're gonna talk about for a second here where in the United States we would want to live. If we could live anywhere in the
Oh,
United
yeah.
States, where would it be?
So, just to clarify, does it have to be like polar opposite? Like, so we're
No,
we're
just
say
south
Atlanta.
hot.
Oh shit!
If you want
I mean, shoot.
to 3 weeks in a row,
I gotta.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm losing my mind.
I am still clean. on
yeah, I
this.
am too somehow.
I'm 3 for 3. Anyway,
So you
no,
could pick
so
literally anywhere.
anywhere in the United States, but for right now, keep it in the U.S.
Yeah, no, but like if you want to live like right here, like say,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Atlanta,
I got it.
yeah, that's cool. Like I ain't gonna rip on that. Who wants to go first? Hayden, go first.
Okay, wow.
On the spot.
I don't know. That's hard. I wouldn't want to live anywhere in like the Midwest because there's like just nothing there. Like Montana. Who
Arizona.
lives in Montana?
My stepdad David actually wants to live in Montana.
Dennis.
Him and
David
my mom want
is-
to retire.
Dennis.
I think like
What a
I
guy.
think you could retire there. You know what I'm saying? Like
well,
if you,
it's so boring. What do you want to do in Montana?
that's like the thing. Like if people want to just get away, like from
Oh, I
the busy
guess.
world.
Yeah, if you
know
want.
what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well,
Like I know people that
I
have
don't
a
know.
lot of property
if
up there.
if it's me, I'm trying to live. I don't know. I want to live somewhere cold. I think.
You do?
Yeah, because like
Go to Canada.
or more like I want to live somewhere where the weather's like more consistent because I can't stand one day walking out and it's 90 degrees and then the next day it's 40. Like I hate it.
Shout out Atlanta.
So I think I'd live in somewhere like Philadelphia.
Philadelphia.
Yeah, I like Philly.
Yeah, that seems like a pretty cool town. I think it got good sports.
That's really
The
cold,
fans are
though.
Very passionate.
That's what I'm saying. Well, but at least it's consistently cold. So like if I lived there, I'd buy a bunch of coats.
Yeah.
I would just be a cold man.
You just want to dress.
I want to dress
I
to
mean,
impress.
I feel you because like I don't have any more room in my closet right now.
Yeah.
To be honest with you,
Yeah.
I need to take some of my summer clothes home, but that's annoying having to buy both of them.
I have clothes all over my room right now. I can't even see my floor.
I mean, if like I'm the exact opposite. Like I want to live somewhere where it's warm. Like I think I could do somewhere that was cold, for a little while, but not probably not
Not
for
consistently?
Yeah, like not like I don't know.
I just like I don't know. My thing is like I would much rather walk out into the cold than walk out and start sweating profusely in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That is very true.
Yeah,
But I mean, you usually want what you don't have. If
Yeah.
you're uncomfortable, you're like,
No,
oh,
yeah,
I
that's
want
true.
this, and it's
That's
like,
true.
yeah.
What about you guys? United States, U.S.
I think my biggest thing is like, I hate getting out in the morning and it's cold, and then having to like warm your car up and like scrape all the ice off your car. Like that's
That's annoying. yeah.
annoying.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know. I guess it kind of goes with my job. I would want to if I could afford it somewhere on the beach.
My thing is I don't think I'd want to live on the beach because it's like if you live on the beach, where are you going to vacation? You know what I mean? Because like
Mountains.
I don't know, but like that's I don't know. I feel like it's boring. I'd much rather live in somewhere that's like mountainous.
I mean, I'd love to have the problem of not knowing where to vacation because my life was a vacation.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's true. That's very much like a first world problem. But like, I don't know. I'm just saying, like,
First world problem.
I don't think I could stand living on a beach all the time because one, it'd be crazy hot all the time,
and
just
like,
that,
and
but,
you
like,
have to deal with the tourists.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
you'd have to deal with the like.
Yeah, but
A
I'm not.
small
I'm not
scale.
talking somewhere like.
Like
Yeah, I'm not talking about L.A. or
Miami.
Miami.
Panama City Beach,
Because
baby.
like, yeah, there's a bunch of places down there, but like Miami, it's terrible.
Miami's
oh, yeah.
horrible, dude.
Yeah.
Like it's literally like, oh, there's like 3 big skyscrapers here, and there's a Lambo, but then you turn a block, and it's like literally looks like a third world country.
Yeah.
And it is
Like
the most
Haiti.
humid
Yeah.
place you have ever been.
We
dude.
went to when we first got there, we got to that hotel,
Yeah.
and I was like, okay, that's cool.
Our hotel was dope.
And then that looks nice. We were right next to this like bridge that opened up, and we went to that Greek place and ate. I was like,
Yeah.
dang, this is cool.
Yeah.
Then we literally walked like a block down. There was a gas station, and I don't know if anybody's ever been like out of the country, but it looked something like straight out of Nassau. Like, not even gonna lie, like the building looked old.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, there's certain parts you
I was
gotta
like, no, I
avoid.
can't.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like, man.
I mean, that's where the first 48 is, or whatever.
But I'm not gonna lie.
So, but where would you want to live then?
somewhere
Just somewhere on a beach?
somewhere close to a beach, like a popular area. But like, I mean,
what
but-
state? Do you have a state or no?
I don't know. I want to say Florida, but then again, like I don't want to get tired of it. But I mean, honestly, like I would give Boca a shot
Okay.
Boca, Mikey.
because Mikey doesn't live on the beach, but he's still like he can go there whenever he wants. And
Yeah.
Somebody
get
get
I think he's like a mile and a half from the beach.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like obviously, like people are like really like body conscious down there, so like that's like big business for me.
That's
Yeah.
true.
So
All right. Tornado?
Mine is Houston, Texas.
Houston, Atlanta, Vegas.
Mainly, Dallas is a close number
Yeah.
2. I'll go ahead and tell you that. But I
Seattle's
have a couple
number
of
3.
reasons. So number 1, obviously, the job market there for accounting is huge. All of the big 4
Huge.
companies are there.
Huge.
That's like the biggest one. That's where like they're all headquartered at, quote unquote. Number 2, it's a great sports city. The Astros, the Rockets, the Texans, Deshaun Watson, Gainesville, Georgia.
That'd be dope.
If I moved there, I would probably abandon all of my teams, and I would go and be a fan of them. I would still have a
Wow.
love for South Carolina and
That's crazy.
Carolina. But if I moved to a city where they had a good sports team, the same thing goes for Boston for me. I would be the biggest Boston sports fan. I would be the biggest Houston
Oh,
sports
the funny
fan.
thing is Boston
Celtics.
sports are like really into sports. So like,
Yeah, they don't play.
that fan base is like you're part of like a mob.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
yeah, I'd love to be part of a sports
Yeah.
mob. I don't care. I would kill somebody. I'm just kidding.
And they drink a lot of beer.
You can't really have that in Atlanta because it's like, oh well, we lose. 6
Like, oh.
Yeah.
Joke.
And
Nice.
Atlanta's so like spread out, dude. Like
Yeah.
it's a joke. Atlanta's a joke. Everybody thinks Atlanta's nice. It's not nice, people.
It is literally,
Hot Atlanta.
It is literally the rat's nest of a city
Yeah.
because it's all messed up from like the railroads and like from a lot of times. So the city is just absolute trash. There's always construction. If you think
If you think Atlanta's nice, you just need to go somewhere else. Like, and
Yeah, I
test
don't know,
the
but then
waters.
like
it's not.
I feel like from us, it's so crap just because like we're so used to it too. It's like we were saying, it's like you always want what you don't have, and we have Atlanta all the time, so it's just kind of
Yeah.
different. I definitely agree with y'all. It's like there's
Well, they say-
definitely parts of Atlanta that I'm like, ooh, okay.
it's one of the only
but-
blue parts in the state, and that's why we're a red state because Atlanta's terrible.
Yeah. Like it's just like Atlanta traffic is so freaking bad, dude.
where's traffic like worldwide?
I don't understand it. But anyway, another reason Houston's on the beach. They have a really nice climate. Kind of like
Yeah.
Chris was saying, it's pretty consistent year round. It does get cold, but that's okay. Another big reason is back to the family thing. Like I'm like real focused on like where my family can succeed the best, and I feel like that is because then they would be able to go to a school like University of Texas, Texas A&M, Texas Tech, something like that. Like one of those big schools. I would love to put my kids in one of those.
Texas has some real big old high school football teams too.
Yeah, that's what I'm
So
saying.
if you like football, I mean,
Yeah, Texas. Another thing, football, obviously, sports, and barbecue. Oh my God, I am a barbecue fiend. Let me go ahead and tell you that. So,
And
I'm
everything's bigger in Texas.
so Dallas, Houston, whatever. Houston's probably number 1 right now, simply because of the accounting aspect, and it's near the beach. I know it's close to the Mexico border, which a lot of people have a problem with. I don't have a problem with that. I'm accepting of everybody as long as they stay in their lane. So, don't cross me or.
Okay,
You'll
so
die.
then the next question would be internationally, worldwide. Where would you guys want to live?
United States of America. No lie.
Let's say you can't choose the U.S.
I can't choose the U.S.
Like what is the second? Like where would you live?
Oh man.
Yeah, because I feel like U.S. would be like an obvious pick. I'm just saying like
Yeah.
where other than that.
I think financially or like stable wise, like compared to the U.S. would probably be like Canada, but I'm not living in Canada.
I was about to say not Canada because
No.
that's
I'm not.
that's just not gonna happen for me.
I'm not living.
Probably
there, so.
the UK. I get like England. Probably
Yeah, the UK is pretty cool. I don't know. It's just like
maybe Germany.
I hope.
not Australia because everything there can kill you.
Yeah, kangaroo,
Most likely the people too.
koala can kill you.
I don't even know, man. That's tough.
Yeah, it really is.
I don't think I could ever see myself living like Japan, China, any
No, I couldn't do that.
Mongolian country.
I don't know. I think I could maybe do Japan. I don't know. I know they're kind of there's some weird like culturally they're very different than us. There's some very very like different things, but
I do think
I think it'd be cool.
to
Just,
see
even
it.
just for, like for a year or two.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be cool.
I feel like it's cheaper. over
I
there.
wouldn't. I don't know. I wouldn't live there long term. I don't think. But I don't know. Yeah, I guess UK would probably be cool.
Yeah.
UK would probably be my best bet.
I mean, the reason I say that is because, like, yeah, it looks cool, like, you know, the pictures, but also, like, a lot of people come over here from the UK, so, like, that kind of shows that, like, it's different, but it's not,
Yeah.
you know, polar opposite.
I will say I do want to like travel a lot when I'm older.
Yeah, I would too, yeah.
I want to go like everywhere, dude.
Well,
Yeah.
and also like the UK is colder because they're higher up north. So
Yeah.
you would love that.
Yeah, that is true.
It's kind of like that.
I would not want to live in Russia because one, that's too cold,
The
and two,
motherland?
they are crazy up
like
there.
the motherland of Russia.
They are they're a little too much for me, pal.
Yeah, Russians are pretty crazy.
Moscow.
He'll get a son like Khabib.
Oh my God, could be
Fighting a bear.
You'll have to wear that thing on your head
Sheesh.
the whole time.
not about it.
Helmet head.
Yeah, I think for me, I don't know why, but like Italy or Ireland are sticking out to
Oh,
me.
Italy, yeah. I didn't think
'Cause
I would want to
Italy-
live.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Italy's a lot of culture, and I think that's really cool. Like they're literally
didn't even think
their
about that.
own.
I didn't either.
Monaco. Yep,
yeah.
boom. That's me.
Somewhere in Europe though. Oh, even like
Rome.
Spain. Spain would be dope.
Yeah,
Dang, I didn't even think about them.
because that's a lot of like Mexican heritage.
That is true. I think either Italy or Spain. Actually, now that I think about it, would be
Because my
probably the
mom's
one.
been to Portugal and she's been into Spain, and like she said it's like really cool.
Yeah, dang, that would be dope.
Italy.
And Italy.
Luigi
just-
only fought a Ferrari.
I think for me,
Yeah, I'm
but I-
changing my answer. Spain.
but I also
me
like
too.
the like the secludedness of like Ireland and how small it is. But like,
Ireland,
you can like I don't know, you can have a
Ireland.
really strong like bond to your country and somewhere.
so I
like
can
that.
get McGregor's autograph.
Yes.
Well, are you gonna change your answer, TC?
Yeah, mine's probably Italy.
Italy
Like,
also?
somewhere like right around there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. Somewhere in Europe, definitely though. I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh no doubt Europe.
Yeah, I would not live anywhere in Asia. Like I know, like I'm not hating on them. It's just like like their culture is just like so much different.
It's very
like,
drastically.
Yeah,
different.
it's yeah.
And like I mean, a lot of places are, but I think I could make it in Spain or Italy or the
Yeah.
UK.
Yeah, at least for a little while.
Yeah. I don't know. I just I'm proud to be an American.
Yeah, I am too.
Or at
Yeah.
least I
I
know
don't
I'm
think
free.
people realize how good we got it.
Yep.
Because I wait. Like I'm about to go and do a presentation in marketing. Doesn't matter who the president, governor, or anything is. I'm going to be in that class, and you know I have the right to if I want to go and get wings tonight, I can go and get wings. Nobody's stopping me. Nobody's telling me I can't.
Well, and the thing is, and what makes America great is like there's so much complaining going around, but like the people that are complaining, they don't realize that they have the right to complain. You know, like you complain in other countries. like,
Yeah, you
You're-
get cut off. KGB.
it's-
KGB waits for no one.
Yeah, like literally, like everything that we do. Like, I would love to see like what all we couldn't do. Like if we compared ourselves to, like,
Yeah.
just had a day to where like you were limited to what you could do, and it's like wow, it's way different. Because here you can literally wake up and do whatever you want.
Exactly. If you don't want to go to work, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean it's not a wise decision, but like you don't have to do anything. You're not gonna dishonor your family or curse your family or.
With the system we have now, you can do just as well as somebody that works, 40 hours a week at a not great job.
Just invest in Bitcoin, man.
Bitcoin, God, Jesus.
All right, boys. Well, anyway,
That was interesting.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
nice little chat, but we're gonna take her on over to a quick little song break. I'm parched. I need a little bit of water, but we'll be
Coming
right
back
back
with Chili's Corner. So if you want to tune in the next 5 or
we might cut that one out just because I
Okay,
hate
yeah.
Chris
yeah,
a lot.
we might.
And
we just cut his mic off. the whole
yeah,
time,
yeah.
and just not tell him.
There it is, and he is off.
Oh, I thought it was Mike 4.
No, you too, brother. All right. Well, anyway, we'll be back in a couple minutes, and we will see you
Chris,
then.
3 years ago today was our last football game.
Oof, RP.
Okay, we're going to talk about that when we come back.
Yep.
And 3,
See
2,
ya.
1, we'll see you.
And welcome back.
So before
morning,
we
Vietnam.
went to song break, TC kind of broke my heart.
Nah,
You
just
got a
roll
little.
it for
Was it
good
a time
memory.
hop?
What?
Was it a picture?
Yeah, like it was my mom's Facebook page.
Oh,
You know how
okay,
Facebook
okay.
does like the 3 years
Yeah,
ago
yeah.
or whatever.
So
So
3. Yeah.
3 years ago today was our last high school football game.
You got
Sheesh.
absolutely obliterated.
Yeah, we well, I mean, in our defense, we played. Who was that?
It was Megatron's high school.
Yeah, what?
Seeya? No.
Was it
Springs?
the greater-
Something Springs. Salty Springs?
Oh, Sandy Springs.
Sandy Springs. Yeah.
Sandy
yeah.
Springs. Yeah. No, it wasn't Sandy.
Was
Springs.
it-
Sandy Creek?
Yeah.
Sandy Creek. Yeah.
It was one of those teams where we had been moved up to 4A. We should have been in 3A. We
Well, we
obviously
had the numbers to be in 3A, but
Yeah.
we moved up because our
Yep.
junior year we had the
Yeah.
numbers. Senior year we didn't have the numbers, but we had to stay there.
you have to stay for 2 years if you switch, and it's like we didn't want to switch in the first place.
Yeah, we were
Literally-
like 8 people over.
Yeah, we were literally 8 to 10, 15 people over, and
It's all because of the STEM program.
yeah,
And those kids, God, picking boogers and
Love it.
idiots.
yeah, dude.
They're at Georgia Tech now. Half of them's probably dropped out, so I don't even want to hear it.
Wow.
But
Idiots.
yeah, the thing is,
Wow.
like,
Wow.
yeah, like cities, 4A schools, 4 or 5A, they're going to be city schools, so they're going to draw a lot more
Mhm.
talent, especially for football. So
And
we're
they did.
What-
And they did.
yeah, and so
teams we
I mean,
played were
obviously,
unreal.
like it
They
was
drafted like in the NFL.
I mean, no lie, like Calvin Johnson, Megatron went to their high school, and like along with some other like really good players.
Yeah, I can guarantee you they have a more impressive college outlook than.
Yeah. Well, one of their receivers that played against us went to South Carolina. He was like a 4-star wide receiver,
That's crazy.
like something like Corey.
All right,
Corey
boys.
Banks.
Let's move it on so that we have some time to talk
Okay.
about old Pete Davidson here.
Well, this is Chili's corner, and Chili's talking about his high school.
All right,
memories.
Chili.
Pete. So no, what I want to talk about today was if you guys don't know who Pete Davidson is, he is you won't know him for who he is. You'll know him for being Ariana's ex, and I really don't have a lot of respect for this guy, but I do now. So what happened was he's on the Saturday Night Live show, and he was kind of poking fun at some candidates that are running for Congress. And they're obviously all 3 white men. He was making fun of him, like obviously like a comedy show, like people have done that before. It's kind of like a bad taste. Like I don't know why. I would never do that. It's just like
Late night shows do it every night for Donald Trump.
yeah, like I just don't know. Someone I don't know, I wouldn't call him out like that. So the last dude on this list was a guy named by Dan Crenshaw, and he was running for Congress in Texas. And he has an eye patch over his
Do
right
we know
eye.
if he won or not?
No, I don't think he did.
I don't think he did. But he was still a respectable man. He has an eye patch over his right eye. And Pete Davidson was making fun of all these other guys. And he comes to Dan Crenshaw, and he's like, just making fun of him and just like really bad taste. Like I'm like,
Yeah, he said something about like he
Interested
looked
in
like
how
a
national
pirate in like a porno or something.
yeah. And it's just like, come on. And then how I found out about it was on Twitter, because anything political is on Twitter. So
Yep.
That's why I don't get on it.
so
That's where I get my news.
and I was.
People do. Oh man.
And so when I first saw about it, people were absolutely flaming Pete Davidson, because what turns out he was getting roasted. So turns out Dan Crenshaw, he had 3 tours in Afghanistan. You guys are acting like children right now. I have limited time on my segment now.
Sorry.
No, I'm kidding. So, are you guys done?
Yeah.
Yeah, are you done?
I said flaming.
Immature, man. Immaturity. Get
So
this
he had
every time.
served 3 tours in Iraq, and on his 3rd tour, he got hit with an IED, and that's how he lost his right eye. So people were saying that, and it's like, Pete Davidson, you were disrespecting a guy that lost his eye, fighting for you in this country. Like, that's, and it was like, it's like, oh crap moment. Like, he really messed up, and I really think he realized what he did. But what really inspired me was he was getting roasted on Twitter. Like, people were hating him, and a lot of girls already hate him anyways because how, like, what he was doing to Ariana. I really don't know the full extent of that, but
his eyes look like butthole eyes anyway. So that's what his name on the street
Yeah.
is. So he
it
needs to make fun of himself.
It is so funny, dude. If you ever look at a picture of this man,
He looks like it.
Look at the man in the mirror before you go and make fun of somebody else's eyes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But I will say, so on the Saturday Night Live show, the next week he apologized, but not only that, he actually brought Dan Crenshaw. And I assume there was some they had it set up, so it was a mutual thing. So they brought Dan Crenshaw on the show and allowed him to make jokes about Pete Davidson, and it was really just kind of like a nice time. Like, there was no political tension, and I thought, like, if Dan Crenshaw can man up and have the respect to, come at this guy with just like an open attitude, like, I can, like, obviously they both respect each other now. I can respect that.
That's a good way to handle
that
a
is a
situation
class
like that.
act.
Oh, he did win.
He did win.
Oh, wow.
That's good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Like, that is how you should treat those situations. He literally could have just joined the bandwagon and been like, hey, and like called him out, like, you did the wrong thing here, like, everyone should hate you. But he took the highest road possible, I feel like, and like made a really nice like a funny situation out of the whole
Yeah.
thing.
He said he looks like a hitman from a porn.
That's what it was.
Yeah. So it's just like,
It's just, I don't know. And it's like, it's not like he didn't know where the eye patch came from either. It's like,
yeah, no, because
he knew.
he said
he
was
it.
like he served in Iraq.
Yeah, he was like, oh, he served in the war, blah, blah, blah. And like, okay, and you're still going to make fun of him for that? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
think-
I think it's cool that he brought him on there.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
apologized. Like,
And
it's all in like good fun, I
Yeah,
guess you could say.
yeah.
Like, I don't think that's something you should joke about.
Well,
but
and
some
like
do.
everybody busts each other's balls. Like, I know he meant it as a joke, but it's just like, come on. That's kind of.
Yeah. But it's just like, like, people get wounded from war, not just physically. Like, if you have physical wounds, that's even worse, but everybody carries mental wounds.
100%.
From that kind of stuff, and it's not a funny situation. Especially in the time we're in now, people, like, not supporting, like, military, and it's like, these people literally have given up their whole entire life. Like,
Yeah.
you give up, like, you can't even give up an hour 15 of your day to go to a class, and it's just like, come on now. Like, this is their life. Like, like Tyler Dispain.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
every time
I
I see him,
respect the heck out of
every
that guy
time I
now.
see his post, man,
Yeah.
I'm just like, that is crazy.
Yeah.
I respect
Like,
the
to
heck
go
out of
straight
that
out of high school like that, and that is it, man. Like,
Yeah.
that.
guy. And he's still out here posting stuff like, oh, this Saturday's for the boys. And
Yeah, I
stuff
know.
like that.
That's all.
Love it.
Yeah,
Love it.
that's
He's a good dude.
Tyler
Yeah,
Dispain.
he is.
Good
A
dude.
legend.
Good dude.
Yeah. Whenever I can't wait to see him like at the reunion in like whatever
30 years.
8 year one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Reese Alexander gets it together.
Supposedly he's like gotten pretty big too. I mean,
And he was always a tall dude, but I'm sure he's like
I
actually
mean, he's always
cut
been pretty
now.
strong too. Like,
Yeah.
he was a strong.
This
dude.
was the kid in 6th grade that had a mustache and full body hair.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he's a really.
I feel
nice-
like in the Marines he's a very scary man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'd be I'd be
I feel
terrified of that
bad
guy.
feel bad for everybody. else.
Goodness.
But yeah, that was pretty much Chilejo's corner.
Chilejos, he says.
I
We're getting
think-
ethnic.
Yeah, just the way people
Ethnic
handle things
dive.
now, like the world is the country's so split on political views. I thought that was a really good coming together moment,
Yeah, it was.
and like it was a really respectful moment.
Well, you know what, Chili? That segment was flaming.
Yep. It was.
Now we're gonna move it on over to
Flaming.
Triple Bite, where we are gonna talk about Zoyo. Woo-hoo.
So, but before you guys start hating on us, yes, we did kind of mention this with the pizza last week, but I will say, compared to other froyo places that I've ever been to, this was above and beyond the rest. So that's why we felt like it deserved its own little spotlight.
Yeah, we really originally weren't planning on doing a Triple Bite on this one, but I don't know. It was just pretty dang good,
Yeah, it was.
and for a nice little affordable price.
It was cheap. That was the biggest thing for me.
Yeah.
Like, I literally got two separate, like, pretty decent swirls of two separate ice creams, Oreos, probably like a brownie and a half, 2 brownies worth of actual like chunks of brownies, and like some chocolate syrup and all that kind of stuff. Like, it was a mound.
Yeah.
I would
so
say.
we went there after we went to Big Pie in the Sky like 2 weeks ago, whatever it was, and it was delicious. I'd been there before. I went with Margaret LaRose, aka Maggie, my woman, lovely lady. Shout out. But yeah, I was like, hey guys, let's
Shout
go over
out
here.
to
It's
my
right
lady.
right next door. let's go over here. It's right next door or whatever. And so we went over, and I told him it was pretty cheap because, I mean, me and Maggie had gotten stuff or whatever,
It was.
cheap. So that's what I like, that cheap stuff.
You could definitely go in there and spend it between $3 to $5.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, like,
if you're pushing, I think mine was like 5 something, but I had a lot of stuff. I was expecting anywhere from like 6 to 9.
yeah, when I went the first time, me and Maggie, I got both of ours, and it was like $7 or $8 altogether. So like
that's pretty crazy.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, spending less than $10
compared
because
compared to like Sweet Monkey, where
Oh,
it's which is a frozen yogurt place where that was open for a while, where in Gainesville where we're from. Like you go in that place, you get a cup of a little bit of yogurt and some toppings. That junker came out to about friggin' $8 by itself.
it was
you know what I mean?
it was always like you could not eat that for less than $7.
It was crazy.
This is I feel like this place is a healthier
Quote unquote, yeah.
A healthier substitute
Option,
for like Dairy Queen Blizzards or something
Yeah,
like that, because it's the same price.
Mhm.
It's just a little bit healthier, depending on what you put on there.
Yeah, I mean,
it's, like it's not healthy.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's
My
healthier.
arteries are still clogged from chocolate syrup, but we were doing good.
Oh man,
That
those
brownie
brownie
was
bites.
good too.
Yeah.
The brownies were freaking good.
The only critique I will say is they didn't have just basic chocolate.
I
As for
feel like
their
they changed
yogurt?
them around. I think they changed like the flavors.
I think they
around.
do alternate,
Yeah.
yeah. Because I'm pretty sure when I went in there, they didn't have like the cake batter or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. I was like, oh man, I just kind of I do like a nice chocolate base.
Yeah.
But they had what was it? The graham cracker.
Oof.
That was
Baby.
I've never had a graham
Give me
cracker
that.
ice cream.
Give me that.
I'm one of those kind of guys that could eat probably a whole thing of graham crackers just by themselves.
Bro, have you guys ever had the like s'mores blizzard at Dairy Queen?
No, I've not.
That junk slaps.
I'm a cotton candy blizzard kind of guy.
I thought you were about to say it sucks. I've never had a cotton candy.
I'm not about the Condy Canton.
Freaking good.
Condy Canton? Cotton candy.
Canton,
I
Georgia.
can't talk, ladies and gentlemen.
Have you Tony Canton, Georgia?
I'm from Canton, Georgia, baby.
Yeah.
I feel like cotton candy for me is just like as a kid it was so sweet. I don't think my body could take it anymore.
Yeah,
so
it's just
I'm-
too much
I don't
sugar.
like cotton candy. I like the cotton candy blizzard though.
Oh, okay.
Man, woo, I love sweet stuff.
I'm more of a
I'm an ice cream fiend though, man. Woo, God.
if I go to any ice cream, all I'm looking for is like some sort of chocolate brownie chunk.
chocolate.
I'm a big fan of those chunky chocolate flavors.
I'll show you something chunky and
Like that.
chocolatey.
Dairy Queen, there's a chocolate chunk. And it's got everything.
Show you a chocolate chunk. Sorry.
Man.
But I will also say the young lady who's working,
Oh, she-
very very nice, very
Very
polite.
nice.
She had a smile on her face. You better believe.
and she was studying for school.
Yep.
it was
So that
like-
just that goes to show
Round
that
it
just
all
because
up.
you have a job
Yep.
doesn't mean you can't do school
Yep,
too.
yep.
And it was like 8:15. I think she closed at 9.
I don't know, but she was very nice, very polite.
Mhm.
I mean, she was probably checking us out because we were looking good. We were looking like some schnacks.
I had a little pizza on the
You
side of
know?
my face.
fit.
Yeah, we're looking lean.
Mm-hmm. Lean mean machine.
I had a luscious V of hair.
No, but the place was really clean too. Sometimes you go into that place, and I know it wasn't that busy, and it was kind of cold outside, so
Yeah.
they didn't have like much volume,
Yeah.
But like, it still like wasn't messy. Everything was pretty neat.
Oh, yeah.
Everything was labeled. There wasn't chocolate syrup running down the side of it. Like it
Yeah.
was just a clean, nice place.
Yeah.
I like that.
a
kinda- I
lot
like
of
a place like
toppings,
that.
dude.
Yeah,
I was honestly surprised. And
but all of them was like neat. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? Like, and like I know it wasn't that busy, and I'm sure it's different over the summer, but still, like just the attention to detail they showed there was nice.
if I was to ever get ice cream just for the sake of ice cream, probably gonna go there. I'm not gonna lie.
Pow.
Yeah, that's a nice like little date spot after.
That's why we were so excited about doing Triple Bite, even though it got set back a week and a half.
Yeah.
But like we literally like that the pizza place, Big Pie in the Sky, compounded with frozen yogurt. That was a really nice little night there. That was
Yeah, we
fun.
had a bomb night. It would have been a lot better if I didn't wake up at 4 a.m. the next day, half dying.
Yeah,
So
thank
Hey, it's
you.
all right, dude. I mean, you got through it. You're still alive, man.
Yeah,
Every day above ground is a great day.
we got
Remember
T-bone
that.
steak and allergy here on the mics.
love it.
Oh, man.
Sorry, boys.
Oh yeah, a little news on my car, guys. It is officially totaled. So
Wah, wah,
RIP.
wah,
That's good.
I have a white 2018 Nissan Sentra. as my rental car, and it is way better than my old car.
Very
but
nice.
So I'm gonna try. I will milk it as
So
long.
yeah, I was about to say we're gonna ride that one out.
Pretty much just waiting for their insurance because it was 100% the other person's fault. So
But you know what?
Completely okay.
Screw them.
Completely okay with using this car for now.
Yep. Completely okay with burning all of their money. I'm very okay with that.
It
It was
was going to bark
completely
the
their fault.
tires pulling back into the Enterprise place.
And even a nice Tropic Thunder on the hood.
But back to topic. What do you guys? What are we rating this one for Zoyo? What do you think?
Frozen yogurt. So I would say Sweet Monkey's probably a nice 3 or 4 out of 10.
It's a crap hole.
Here, I'll go ahead and tell you this: frozen yogurt's like a frozen yogurt place, a 10, because
Mhm.
that's probably the best one I've ever been to.
Uh-huh.
For a dessert place, like in general,
Yeah.
8.5.
Yeah, that's true. I'd
Yeah.
give her like an 8. I think.
Yeah, it
It's
was, it
nice.
was a
It
solid.
was just
and-
nice, solid experience.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and it's just ice cream, so yeah, 8 to 9.
It's not ice cream. It's frozen yogurt.
That's what I'm saying, but you're in the mood for that kind of
I
ice
will
cream.
shove this
You're-
pen.
But like all
so
dessert
far.
places, you know, like
Yeah, it's not-
especially in Kennesaw,
It's
that's-
not cake. It's not
You're
like
not cake.
pastries. It's
You're not a pastry.
frozen cream.
I'll show you some frozen cream, buddy
Mm.
boy.
Froyo.
Pal.
I would
Mhm.
say a nice 8.5, 9, 9.5.
Whoa, wow, we're getting up there now. There's a big difference between
Yeah.
8 and a
I would
9.5.
say a nice 7.2 or 9.8.
Uh,
I
there.
don't know what
6.9.
the best dessert place I've ever been to is, though. No,
Oh,
I think-
I'll tell you right now, mine would be if you ever get the chance to go and you ever just want to, I'm gonna say it and just nut up and spend some money, the Melting Pot.
What is that?
It's a place in Alpharetta, I think. It's really nice. Like literally, if you get the 6-course meal thing, which is like one of the cheaper options, it's like $100. It's really expensive, but it's like a really nice. I think it's like someone there for our 2 years, but it was like you like cook your own food like in this fondue thing, and then because it's all fondue, you get cheese and all that kind of stuff.
I cannot stop. I'm sorry,
And
y'all.
at the end, it's you get like your fondue like chocolate or whatever, and dude, it is
Chocolate.
So dessert, that was my favorite dessert. I made myself
Did you
sick
say
eating that. So I guess that'll about wrap up Triple Vibe because you guys are.
Did you say chocolate?
Did you say chocolate? Chocolate! I remember when they invented chocolate.
Sweet chocolate.
Sweet.
Always hated it.
All natural, baby.
So next time we're gonna stop and buy PlayStation. Actually, the lack thereof PlayStation Vacation. There's just really not much.
We can talk
Going
about
on,
how
we-
bad the servers are.
Yeah, we can't really beat.
Oh,
beat
boy,
beat
don't even get me started on the servers. Last night, we're trying to play a nice little round of Call of Booty.
Everybody's
Okay.
excited.
We're all excited.
Yeah, the night was.
We're
just
getting
about to
on,
start.
yeah.
We just finished up with everything for the
Yep,
podcast.
yep,
Like,
yep,
what
yep,
do you
yep.
guys want to do?
Finalized the script and whatnot, and we're hopping on PlayStation. And you better believe, of course, as always, the crappiest of crap servers crapped out on us. I got on. We all logged on. We could 3 of us could get in a party. It varied. At first it was me, TC, and Chris. We got in a party together, and then Morgan couldn't get in, so we tried getting in Morgan's. TC and Chris got in Morgan's, but of course I could not. So at that point it pissed me off, and I said, you know what, you guys go ahead, because I'm about to rage and break my PlayStation in half. So
What
that's
did you
exactly
end up
I just
doing?
got off. Well, I played a round or 2 of COD, but then you know. I got tired for the night, and I decided
Yeah,
to.
I got tired.
Well, I
too.
watched a little bit of Netflix first, so. But
I got thirsty.
After that.
I didn't get thirsty, like so to say. I just
Well, you know,
like
you
God,
did.
that fired me up, dude. I was like, and so I just like slammed my headset in
Yeah.
my bed.
yeah,
I was like, I'm getting off.
yeah. You know, at that point, it's time to go to bed.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, I was infuriated by the crappity crap servers. So I got off. I watched like half of an episode of Daredevil on Netflix, and then I was like, you know what? I'm tired. I'm over it. I'm going to bed. And that's exactly what I did.
Don't blame me.
Yeah, pretty much just. We can't really talk about the same games every week because not much happens.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be the same thing over. So this next segment, I really don't know how to do this. So I'll let was
Yeah,
it what
Hayden.
Hayden? Was it your game?
Yeah, it was.
yeah, that is the. Okay, give me 1 second here.
You're good. You're good.
He's doing math
Basically,
homework.
I'm
Kinda
not doing.
scared for this one.
No, okay. So, the game is called 5-second rule. The way it works is, you have we come up with a topic. Originally, it's like a board, or not a board game, but like a card game that you can buy at like Target or something. And you think of it's like 5, or rather,
things
you
and-
think of So you come up with a question. So like, what's 3 things you can find in your kitchen? Okay.
Fork, knife, spoon.
But then so you only have 5 seconds. You give the person 5 seconds to think of 3 things that you can find in your kitchen. Like 1, 2, 3, go. And you only have 5 seconds to do it.
Oh,
And
I've
it
got a good
sounds
one.
not that crazy hard, but it's a lot harder than you'd think. Like especially like when you actually have the game and everything, it comes with like one of those little you flip timers, like where the sand.
Oh yeah, no, I'm
Bro,
terrible at those.
those like,
I'm
I'm like,
so-
oh god, no,
I'm
god.
so bad at those kind of games.
I'm trash. So, that's what we're gonna try to do today. And so I was about to like look up some questions because I'm an unoriginal freaking turd. But
I want for TC if you're ready.
okay, well, it's originally
Oh,
it's supposed to
God.
be. What happens is it works like you ask to the person to your left, and then if I don't get it, then it goes to TC.
He's like, well, we're going right today.
Okay, we all right?
Counterclockwise.
All right, we can go right. Go ahead.
Oh my God. Jesus. What? Wait. How do we do the timer thing? Or y'all just gonna like?
Do you want? We can do a timer
Are
on
we
our
doing
phones.
a timer or do y'all?
Yeah, we
care?
can do a timer on our phones.
All right.
Oh man.
God. When's this
Oh my God! Somebody made a Quizlet with some of them.
Oh my
Quit.
lord.
Who has enough time
Who
for that?
makes like whoever
I just don't have
makes-
enough time in the day.
Okay. This is so weird. Okay. Okay. Do you want to go ahead and start? Let me pull up a timer.
Right.
God.
Yeah. Taylor Clark.
Wait.
You can go ahead and ask.
Today is a day that will go down in infamy.
Teddy Roosevelt.
All right,
Woodrow
ready?
Wilson. What?
Right. Taylor Clark, name 3 different fraternities.
Phi Kappa Phi, Delta Iota Kappa, and
Nope.
KA.
Oh,
there you
I had the .5.
Man.
Yeah,
Pike!
.5.
Pike! Pike!
I would
Okay,
never- I would
so-
never.
Oh wait!
say
You
that
actually
out my
said
mouth.
a specific one in there.
Delta Iota Kappa, baby.
Yeah, y'all like that? Subtle plug.
I don't even know any fraternities, to be honest with you. Like, I
What
know
was
Chi,
Delta
Chi, Sigma Nu.
The only one I know is
Thanks,
Del-
Dad.
whatever that one Pike with Shane, and then Theta Chi.
All right, TC, you got one, or you want me to pull
Yeah,
one up?
go ahead. I got to deal with a group project. Somebody just said they're going to be late. So.
Oh my gosh. All right, so Chris,
Oh dude, no, I'm so bad
Ready?
at this, man.
ready?
I'm so bad.
All right, I got one. Name 3 pizza shops.
Domino's, Papa John's, literally.
Oh, he got it.
No. We ain't doing the sound. Nah, turn that sound off.
Oh
We'll
yeah.
change it,
It's-
please.
Okay, I'll change it.
God.
But he got it. That was nice.
Dude, when I say my brain is just like and
That's
deuce.
Just anything except for the. Yeah, that's fine.
That's
I
No,
like
fine.
that
that's
one.
trash. Oh, I like that one. All right.
I'm
99.
so bad at those kind of games.
It's like a game show.
That is the easiest thing in the world. Pizza shop.
I know, right?
Domino's.
But you like if for some reason it gets you.
Is it my turn or?
Yeah, I'm trying to find one.
Oh, okay. thought that had to come up
That's
with one.
trash. Oh yeah. It is your turn to come
All
up
right.
with one actually.
Hayden,
Okay, yeah. You want to do the timer for me?
name 3 rap artists.
Okay. Quavo, take off, Offset.
Oh, wow, dude. Wow. That one backfired on me.
That was a good
That
one.
Suck it.
I would have never, because they all are individual rappers.
Yeah, they are.
That was
That
awesome.
yeah, that was a good one.
That was good.
You did that in 3 seconds.
I don't know. For some reason, it instantly was like Migos.
Yeah. The Amigos.
I almost just said Migos.
Do you know the Amigos? What?
That was good.
Man, I suck at these games.
Okay,
Creative.
let's do. What the heck,
Creative fluid.
Oh,
in
this
my
is
body.
funny. Okay.
0.
Chris? You ready?
Oh, thank God, yes.
Be a
You're on the
Name
list.
name 3 types of fish.
cod, bass, brim.
Oh, barely. Okay.
I don't know why I went from it like ocean to
All right.
You
pond.
said Call of Duty. That's
I
not
said,
even a
I
fish,
said
dude.
pod. I said bass.
Got you a delicious bass.
Okay, Chris, you got one for TC?
TC, name 3 different beverages.
Coke, Sprite, water.
Oh, that was
You didn't
all
even
right.
say-
Nice.
I was thinking the Tin Lizzies. I thought you were going to say sweet tea.
Okay,
Well, yeah, I mean, I like sweet tea's my favorite drink. But
TC, you got one for me?
yeah, I got you.
Oh. Timer, ladies and
Yep.
gentlemen.
Chris, you ready?
Yep.
Name 3 buildings on campus.
Oh God, Stillwell, Student Center, and Commons.
It was.
You didn't start it on time.
It was close.
Dang it.
I don't know. I've never even been to Stillwell. Like, I don't know why I said that.
I literally been like, Commons, Commons, man.
Commons,
Oh,
Betty
man.
Siegel Recreation Center. That one took too long
East
to say.
Deck.
Over.
Oh, man.
I would not have gone.
Wait,
there.
actually, what is Stillwell?
The theater building right there.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
That's funny. Okay.
So
That's
it's
where
not-
me and Chris had dance class at. Dance
We
Revolution.
didn't even dance. in that. The 2 days that we actually danced in that class were probably the funnest ones.
All right.
Just
Ready?
watching Hayden.
All right. 3 clothing stores.
Abercrombie and Fitch.
What is
No.
What is that?
No.
The first one.
No.
Abercrombie and Fitch, my favorite store.
Oh,
Dude,
no.
okay. Last time I went to the
ANF.
mall, that's the last place I got the jeans at. 'Cause
Oh God, that's funny.
I can't buy
Oh.
regular jeans because my legs.
Because they're so yoked. All right, now it's going to go to you. So basically,
God, dude.
what happens is you can't say anything that he said, so just don't say Abercrombie
Dude,
and
I'm
Fitch.
so
Okay.
bad.
Ready?
Yeah.
Walmart.
Polo, Vineyard Vines, Walmart.
Not bad.
Thanks, Chris.
Very nice. Oh God.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. These little sweatpants I got from Walmart are pretty toasty.
Oh, they
Sheesh.
are, dude.
That's
I
good.
know.
I'm kind of dying right now.
So I guess Chris, you want to do one for TC?
Oh yeah.
I just went.
I know, but
You
that's
just did me.
that's
That's what
just-
she said.
Okay, well I guess TC if you want to do one then.
Okay.
Or-
I got one for you, Hayden.
Okay.
Wait. So do we start it as soon as you say the last part of your sentence?
Yes.
Okay, that's all.
All right. So,
Start now.
Oh God.
name 3 amphibians.
Frog, tadpole, and gecko. Does that count? Is a does a gecko?
I don't
count?
know what a gecko is.
It's
a
like a
Lizard.
lizard type
Yeah,
deal.
lizard.
Is that an
But it's
amphibian?
like it's different than a lizard.
Is that
I
no?
think
A
a gecko.
lizard's a reptile, ain't it?
Yeah, but I don't think a gecko counts as a lizard. I'll look it up. Hold on.
There's a gecko and amphibian.
Yeah.
All right, Chris. I got one for you.
You do.
Name 3 pre-workouts.
Wait, I don't have the timer up. I don't have the timer.
5, 4,
Wait, what?
3.
Wait, what'd you say?
Name 3 pre-workouts. 5.
Carnivore, C4, and gym.
Ooh, you were close.
You-
You're at the.
A gecko's a reptile.
Lost.
Got him. You lose.
Kicked off the show.
Hellis canceled.
You think I want to be here with Steve?
Did he get it? Did you get it?
Yeah, he got it.
What was it?
With a 0.5. Name 3 pre-workouts.
So, Taylor, I want
if he couldn't do that, you know.
Taylor, I want to ask you one.
Oh, I got one for Chris next. Okay.
Wait, what?
TC,
Oh, all right.
name 3 different meals at Tin Lizzie's.
Cantina skillet, cowboy, hot mess.
Very nice.
All skillets.
Woo! Yeah, baby. Come on. Chicken con queso. Go ahead. Try me.
All right,
Chicken
Chris.
club.
Name 3 alcoholic drinks. Oh.
Beer, liquor, wine.
Well,
Wow.
shit, okay.
A virgin daiquiri. What?
Moldules.
It's virgin. That's not out. Yeah, it is.
It's flavor.
So is this one
Mom,
for
I look
TC?
cool.
Oh, yeah. I just asked him.
Okay, well then,
I'll go again. I don't care.
oh, you can ask me one.
Okay.
Dude, I hate this game.
It's tough.
Hold on. I got to think of a good one.
Oh, I got to go for Chris.
Name 3 Ford vehicles.
Ford? A Ford Focus, Ford F-150, Ford F-250.
Oh,
Woo!
man.
You could have done a 350 too.
Dang it. 350, yeah.
Oh my
450,
God.
550.
I think it's like a 700, honestly.
I think there is a 750. No cap.
All right, Chris. Are you ready for this?
Dude, my blood pressure's too high for this.
Name 3 reasons you would skip class.
Sleep, PlayStation, poop. Those have all been excuses.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You're on the list.
That's good.
That was my quick. That was in 2 seconds.
All right,
Yeah,
TC,
I
you
know.
ready? I got
Yeah,
one
I'm
for you.
ready.
Name 3 Chinese foods.
Sesame chicken, fried rice, egg roll. You want egg roll? Hey, grab a gun.
TC, it sounds like you dying and kind of pay.
You died and you cannot pay.
Miss at you!
Miss at you.
At the office.
Is sesame chicken even Chinese though?
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
I mean they serve it at Chinese restaurants.
Yeah, that's American Chinese.
All right.
I don't care. That's what I eat.
Y'all, any of y'all got one for me?
Lo mein.
Yeah.
Ooh, I got one. You want to go?
Yeah. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Ask
Hayden,
Hayden.
name 3 different types of cats.
I have
What? Calico.
What? I don't know. Oh, I should have said like lion, tiger, cougar.
You lost.
You lost.
Oh well.
I was-
Loser.
I was just thinking of the kittens.
Yeah, the babies.
Like calico.
It's kind
I don't know.
Siamese. No.
Long
is that it?
mane.
Siamese, I know.
Siamese.
Orange is orange cat.
I think that's a name.
Garfield?
Garfield.
That's a Garfield cat.
Water. Come get your water here. Yeah, come on. See y'all.
No.
All right. I guess this one would be for TC or no, for Chris. Have you done one recently?
Yeah, I was before you.
Oh, okay. So for TC then. Let me see here. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Name 3 red fruits.
Apple. Orange. God dang it. I meant great. God.
Orange.
That's hard. What's another one? Apple, grape.
Apple,
Oh,
grape.
Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah.
It was just on this list.
What's the answers for that one?
It doesn't give answers.
God.
That's hard.
Is a tomato a fruit?
Oh, yeah, tomato would have worked.
Yeah,
It is.
It has seeds. Yeah.
Dang it.
Dang, that's funny.
I didn't mean
Orange.
No, like, cause I don't know. I just like thought about like
Oh,
being at Walmart the other day,
Yeah.
and orange popped in my mind.
Well, shoot, if you would have named
That was
green
too
fruits, you
good.
would have said bananas.
That was too good.
They're all green, yeah. Y'all let them sit in your kitchen for 4 days before you touch them.
In the 5th day, it's like brown.
Yeah.
If it's brown, flush it down. What? Okay. Oh, this one's got to be for Chris. All right, Chris. Name 3 Arnold Schwarzenegger movies.
Commando, Terminator 1, Terminator 2.
Ooh, that was good. That was good.
Yeah.
Get to the chopper.
I just remember 407 with Van Austin and doing that.
Oh man.
I got one for you, Hayden.
Okay.
I'm
here.
still not over the orange.
That was good.
All right, and ready?
Name 3 planets.
Earth, Mercury, Mars.
Okay, very good, very good.
I know my plans, buddy boy.
Yeah. Sorry. Chris.
Oh god, that was good.
Name 3 workout routines.
Bench, squat, clean. That was easy.
It's too easy. Okay, I got one. TC?
Yeah.
Name 3 Disney movies.
Woody. Oh man.
Woody.
God,
That's not even Disney.
Woody.
No, man.
Oh my god.
What was that?
Hey, you
I
got
like
songs?
I was sitting
I
there.
love it.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Just
I was sitting there thinking like,
No, dude, yeah, there's so
I was
many.
like, what's that movie with
Oh
the
my
girl?
God.
Like, do you want to build a snowman? And like that was like what I was thinking about
Frozen,
the whole time.
yeah.
Yeah, Frozen. Do you want to build a snowman?
Oh my god, that was good.
It ain't got to be a snowman.
Snowman.
All right, so I think we got one more.
Ratatouille. Is that a Disney movie?
Yeah.
Ratatouille.
That might be one of my favorite ones.
I kill men with these stones.
He's a rat.
Oh, okay. I got a name. I'll do it. I don't know if I should do this for who.
TC just went. So.
Okay, so I'll do it for Chris then. Name 3 segments on our show.
Podcast.
What?
Dang, man.
How did you not?
Dang,
Oh,
man.
Tyler, come on, man. Tornado
All right,
Watch
TC.
Chili's Corner. #Hellis. There you
Oh,
go.
I couldn't even
God.
name myself.
I know.
that one just threw me off.
I
there.
caught you off
I
guard,
wasn't-
yeah. That was good. Oh, man. All right, well.
Here you go.
Last one.
You want to do one more?
No,
Okay.
I'm getting one. I got one for Hayden.
Spaghetti.
Name
Wait,
Maggie.
wait. Okay, go.
Name Maggie's 3 favorite foods.
Oh, ice cream, spaghetti, and kissing my
Oh!
cheek.
Ah!
No.
Oh!
You're getting dumped tonight, buddy.
Mr.
Miyagi.
Oh gosh.
Rip it in the left, Mr. Miyagi.
All right, fine. Chris, name Lauren's 3 favorite foods.
Rice. I've been with him
Yeah.
for, I've been with him for 3 weeks.
Yeah. All right, pal.
3
Woo!
weeks.
Okay, TC, name.
TC.
All right, TC, name my 3 favorite foods.
Tin Lizzie's Cantina Skillet.
It's Moe's.
Oh, dude. Willie's.
Oh, my gosh.
Chipotle.
All right, I'll break your neck. Okay. Anyway, that was 5-second rule, guys. That was really fun, actually.
Yeah,
we got to do that again.
Yeah.
Did we do that
I
for
was
15 minutes?
sweating kind of.
Yeah, we did that for
I know we did that for 10.
no 15.
I
Oh my
feel bad
gosh.
for anybody that just listened to this in their car because I screamed a couple times. And
Orange.
Like, "Bob,
Orange.
Oh, man.
But yeah, that was 5-second rule. I definitely think we're gonna bring that one back because that was fun.
Yeah, that was.
We have to plan some out, too. I like
Yeah.
Versus, too. Versus is sick.
Versus is cool. Yeah.
I'm a big I'm voices guy.
Voices.
The voice.
Oh. I guess it's time for another break, boys.
It's a sang break.
I
Actually,
don't
for
even
this song
have
break,
a-
we're all just going to sing. So, don't go
She's got
chasing.
eyes of the bluest skies.
I don't know. I want a country song. What do you think?
Oh, Toby Keith. Anything Toby Keith.
Toby Keith again?
Yeah.
We already did Toby
Yeah,
Keith.
We did him on
We already
9/11.
did
That
Toby.
was 3 months ago.
I play Toby Keith all the time. That's what I'm telling you.
I love Toby Keith.
Let me see.
Save a horse, ride a cowboy.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Oh. Coming to your city, big and rich.
All right, we will be right back, folks.
Welcome back to the show, mate.
Welcome back. Closing time. One last call for alcohol.
We got about 30 more minutes for that song can air, buddy. But it's your closing time because you're off the show.
I own
You gotta
this
go
show.
home, but you can't stay here.
I actually own the show, Chris, so you're off.
Actually,
And Mike off. All right, here we are. We're back.
Hey,
We're back
guys.
in it.
I still think I'm Mike 4, so I'm like, you're stupid. You just didn't come on.
Okay, so what is this one? Oh, okay, cool. So
This is gonna be some toe stepping on topics right here.
I'm gonna step on everyone's toes. So basically,
Not mine.
basically, I just want to talk a little bit about pushing all that negative energy out of your life, folks.
That can be your own self, your bad habits,
Mhm,
wasting your own time. That can be yourself manning up and kicking those habits away, those negative habits.
Mhm.
It can also
Or-
be the people surrounding you.
Yeah, I was gonna say that can be the negativity that surrounds you, the people, the job. If it's a negative job, if it's something you hate, if it's something where a lot of the people around you just aren't you're not vibing with them.
And from high school football, there was always the sign of like rules and like sayings, and there was 10 of them. And the one that has always stuck out to me the most is, "Show me your 4 best friends, and I'll show you your future." And that some people look at that and laugh, but that is literally when you get older, you realize that is the truest thing ever.
That's the realest of the real, my man.
Like, there's no telling what could have happened. Like, I ended up going to college with my 4 best friends, and it's been amazing. So like, I feel like we're all prospering and bouncing off each other. So
Yeah,
people who don't get that obviously are on the worse end of that.
we're
spectrum.
crushing it. Not gonna lie. No, but I wanted to talk about this because I've talked a lot about how people can be irresponsible, and I've been having a lot of problems at my different jobs and in class and
Me too.
with
And
internships.
Yeah.
And so, it just the other day it just hit me like I've got to stop because I'm too nice sometimes. I really am. And that's not a bad thing. It's good to be a nice, good human being, but
There's a line.
when it gets to the point where you're sacrificing your own happiness for the benefit of others, like I don't know. I think that's a little too much, but to an extent, like yes, there are times when it's okay to sacrifice your happiness for others.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have
Especially
to,
when it's a loved one. You know what I mean? But don't go through life being miserable just to make other people happy. And that's what I think I've been doing a lot lately. And I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore because it's putting too much stress on me. I can't handle it, and I'm just not gonna do it anymore. Like the other day, for example, my job at Fox, I really like that job. It's a great gig. Nothing bad to say about that at all. But because of the irresponsibility of others, I I'm sorry. I had to work and open and close. And, you know, that's fine. Like, I've done it before, and it happens. But it's just, it sucks to have to work all day, even if you wanted to go out and hang out with your friends or hang out with your girlfriend, whatever it is. Like, you had plans to do something else. And but because of the irresponsibility, unprofessionalism, and just incompetence of others, you can't do that. And I offered to stay there all day because I know other people had plans and other people had things to do, important things, so that's fine. But it just sucks. Like, it just sucks. You get out, like, I got out the other night and I was like, why did I do that? Like, I did it for a good reason, like, to help people, but, like, that sucks. My whole day's gone now, you know?
Yeah. Was it a Saturday?
Yeah.
Yeah, Saturday.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I learned that this summer, man. Like, you know, because I worked a lot and I sacrificed a lot of things, and I've lost a lot of things because of my decisions this summer, and I wouldn't wish that on anybody.
Yeah.
So don't sacrifice your happiness to, you know, like I was making a name for myself, but it got to a point where they were just asking too much of me.
Yeah.
Outside the job requirements.
Yeah.
And I'm a yes man to an extent when I'm at work, because I want to be that guy that, you know, they can depend on.
Right.
That they can call it, you know.
That's good.
Yeah,
but, you know, to an extent.
To an extent, yeah. And I just started doing it too much. And, you know, after the season, towards the end of the season, once school started back, I was just like, look, you know, I got too much going on. Like, I got to take some me time.
Yeah.
And by that point, it was too late. And, you know, don't sacrifice, you know, your happiness just to make people that don't really matter happy. Because, to be honest with you, I haven't heard from anybody from the Braves once I've, like, quote unquote quit. Like, I didn't quit. Like, they still send me the messages, like, when I can work. But, you know, like, they don't care. Like people really, like, truly don't care about you. Like, and that's sad to see. And, you know, like, all these people, like, when I tell them, like, about stuff that I'm doing, and they don't say congratulations, you know, like, that oh man, that hits hard. That hits hard with me.
Yeah.
And that's negativity right there. Because if somebody's not going to support what I'm doing, whether that be, you know, I made 100 on a quiz, still tell that person good job. Hayden, what do I say every time you tell me something?
No, yeah,
About,
you're like, dude, that's
like,
awesome. Keep crushing it.
I get hyped because I truly do, and it's not like fake. Like, I'm not like, oh yeah, good job, man. Like, who
100%,
cares?
100%.
Like, because I truly care. Like, I care.
No,
about,
yeah, and I think that's all of us. You know, like, we get around each other, and, you know, one of us is succeeding. That's if one of us is eating, all of us eat. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, that's
exactly.
The thrill ride mentality has really, I guess, invested in all of us.
Yeah.
So, I mean that
Yeah, it has. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm on the DM thrill ride and, like, tell him that. Like, I've been wanting to sit down and, like, compose a message to send to him and tell him, like, how he's impacted me. Because even though, like, he's like a meathead, you know, a juice head that's, like, sitting there yelling, screaming in the phone.
Yeah.
Like, like, okay, like, some of them get, like, a little bit overboard. But overall, like, the message that he's preaching, like, dude, that's
motivation is motivation. You can either use it or just not.
Yeah,
So-
exactly. Yeah.
And then that's the thing about unsatisfied. Like you want to be the thrill ride to someone else. You know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's
And,
that's what you want to strive to be.
And, like, I want to preach my own message, but if I can, like, impact people like he did, because he impacted me, like, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Ever since I've started screaming, like, that stuff that he's, like, been screaming, you know, like, it's turned around for me.
He's
And
just funny, dude.
I think our little accident helped me turn that around, too. But, but no.
Which accident?
Nah, you know.
That.
Save a horse, ride a cowboy.
Cowboy skillet.
Yeah.
No, but, like, you have to get the negativity out. And negativity has different shapes, forms, sizes, and everything. And, like, you know, don't sacrifice your happiness for anybody just to be accepted by everybody else.
I think one of the hardest ones to get through is friends too.
Mm-hmm. You find out who your friends are.
And
That's fact.
It'll really. I feel like everyone's been in a situation where you want to succeed with that person, and it could be like even a girlfriend. But in the end, if you're sacrificing so much and you're not getting anything positive out of yourself, like it's a two-way street for girlfriends, boyfriends, friendship. You know, like it has to be 100% every way. And if it's okay to sacrifice and do more for others, but if you're not getting something back and you're truly not happy, like you've got to get rid of that. You were literally, you don't want to just ride your life and be like, well, that's 3 years wasted. Well,
Yeah.
that's 3 years not only wasted, but that's 3 years of like untapped progress. Like how much better off could you be now?
Yeah. 100%. 100%. So yeah, that's pretty much, to wrap it all up. That's pretty much what I want to talk about. Is just like when you realize what aspects of your life are just negatively impacting you, just push them out. You don't need it.
And I think it'd be a great time to mention this quote that I heard. So like if you like are witnessing people like within your friend group, that's not supporting you or not there for you or something like that, and it's negativity, and you're cutting them out, but you don't think that you can cut them out because you're like so dependent upon that. Just cut it out, and always remember. I heard Odell Beckham said this the other day, and it really it resonated with me. He said, "You never know how strong you are until being strong is your only option." So like me cutting out all these people that I was dependent upon and everything like that, like yeah, it crushed me. But at the same time, like I didn't realize that I was this strong and like how much stronger I can be.
Yeah.
Because like when success is your only option, like you'll be as strong as you need to be.
There's no time to fail.
Yeah, exactly. And I am not going back to Gainesville and working in landscaping. I will not do that. Like it's either going all out or I'm not going at all.
It was a high school job for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. And I learned my lesson, and I will not go back to that. I'll cut my own grass. I'm not cutting other people's grasses.
I refuse.
Like I'm not. Oh my God.
Yeah. Woo. All right. Well, anyway, boys and girls, that is that one. We're gonna move it on to this week in sports.
Moving it back over to Odell with the contract.
Odell, 2 touchdowns. Everybody can get off of him now.
Yeah.
He has a terrible quarterback.
Worst in the league. No, I
He
mean,
really
quite
is
possibly.
right
Yeah.
now, yeah.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Like his face after he threw that first touchdown was like a squirrel finding a nut in Antarctica. Like it was just like, oh, I did it.
Ice Age.
Oh my gosh!
You have one of the best receivers in the league, possibly down the road ever, and you can't score a touchdown. You can't get him the ball. I mean, good Lord,
It's sad.
Like they won last night because you threw the ball to Odell because you handed it off to Saquon.
Yeah,
I've been preaching that. I've been saying it, and it frustrates me because all these people are saying Antonio Brown's better than Odell. Big Ben is a good quarterback.
Yeah,
they have a good running back,
and he's like one of the hugest quarterbacks like ever.
Exactly. And like he has Eli Manning, washed up over there throwing to him, and he's still doing a good job, still making crazy catches. Just imagine if he had some.
Eli Manning's the epitome of washed up, dude, because he was a good quarterback.
Yeah, he was.
And I don't know what happened, but
he's
lost
ruining
it.
his name right now.
Yeah,
he needs to give it up because he's ruining.
I was gonna say he
name.
needs to quit while he's ahead. To be honest with you, I hate to break it to him, but it's gone. He lost it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's sad. But that kind of things happen.
Yeah,
those things happen, and whenever it does happen. Somebody's got to be there to be like, Peyton Manning needs to give his brother a call and be like, hey, look,
what are you doing?
Don't, like, you're, like, I understand that you still are, better, like, good, but don't ruin your name, man.
Don't sacrifice the legacy.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you've worked so hard. Don't, because people are looking right now, and they got Saquon in the backfield, Odell at receiver, and they got other good receivers, too. Like, Jesus, man. A lot of it has to do with the coaching, I know, but... Good Lord.
Now, the amount of throws that I've seen that are just completely uncatchable have been...
Yeah. I mean, like, yes, I agree, like, some of it has to do with the coaches, but the coaches aren't out on the field.
No, they're not.
They can't. Yeah. They can help to a certain extent.
Good players will make plays out of nothing.
I mean, just think if Odell was on the Panthers, say, and he had Cam Newton throwing to him. Cam Newton has a little bit of a wild arm, but my God, Like those two together.
I mean,
Oh, dude. I would have a heart attack and go to heaven probably because that would be a dream come true for me. You know what's crazy is Odell was like could have like went to like a ton of teams. Like he wasn't drafted until like I think like 17th, something like that, somewhere around there. So he was passed up by a lot of people.
Yeah.
And that's motivation. But look how good he is.
Yeah,
He's so sick. People don't realize
he's one of the
how good
biggest
he is.
icons in the NFL. Like you think football.
I mean, he's
was,
just
like,
got such a big personality. Like he's
and it goes back to the passion thing. So last night before the game, him and one of his friends, Marquise Goodwin, they went up to Goodwin's family on the sideline before the game together. You know, Odell's in uniform. He goes over there, hugs his family, and starts dancing with his little cousin. Like the dude's out there, you know, having fun with the kids. He gave a kid a ball in pregame. Like how can you not love somebody like that?
The thing is like. If you hate him, it doesn't matter because he's still smiling.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
does not care.
That's what he said.
He's having fun.
On that thing that I was watching on him. It's if y'all have a Facebook and you're interested, it's called I Am More. It's something with LeBron's company, Undisputed. That's like about being more than an athlete. And he talked about that, like how about like he's learning to just not care what people say. He doesn't care anymore, and he's only like he's unsatisfied with how the season went right now. But he's like still going to have fun.
Yeah.
Still going to be there for the fans because
and that's awesome.
the only people that he cares about what they say is the people like from the future, or the kids because they are the future.
Yeah.
That's the only thing he cares about.
And that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, exactly. I love people like that.
Speaking of the NFL and OBJ, young tornado over here made it to the fantasy playoffs.
Yeah, thank you.
Woo!
Oh, thanks, guys.
One step closer to the $400 hairs.
$450 hairs, $1 bills, fat stacks. We will go to Ruth Chris on me.
Yes,
Totally
sir.
kidding.
Oh,
No,
well,
I'm gonna put
Crush
that
my
money.
dreams.
I'm not gonna go and make a ridiculous purchase just because I run into the money. That was an act of somebody.
oh, yikes.
No, but yeah, I'm excited. Playoffs are here. Get your fantasy lineup set. It's gonna be a fun time.
Yeah. Oh, and also Gronk possibly
Yeah.
retiring.
Yeah, so Gronk,
Yeah, literally,
he's-
he
He's
plays,
out,
plays
yeah.
a solid
Yeah.
4 games a season, man. It's just you hate
Stuff.
to see it.
Stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got, it's like we were talking about last night, and TC was saying, he's got a lot of other avenues that he can take, an acting career, most likely, know, because he's got the personality for it.
Yeah.
He's on to bigger and better things.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It sucks because these injuries, like injuries ruin players. Like
100%.
it kind of ruined it for Odell because he missed a season, and that like whenever you're young like that, like he's like I think he just turned 26, so like he's like going into his prime really.
Yeah.
And an
Right,
injury
it's a
like that just
tough
sets him
position,
back, man. Like
Such a big dude, like all those.
Oh,
hits
yeah.
take a toll on him.
yeah, and like with Gronk, man, like he's gotten hurt so many times, and like it's his back, shoulder, probably knee.
Yeah.
Just it sucks because like to see what that guy could have been if he was just a little bit healthier.
Yeah.
He's an animal.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's just huge.
Yeah,
he's
I
just
know.
a giant.
But he's
So,
another
like-
one of those guys that plays with passion, kind of
Yeah.
like Odell. Like he's
Gronk
out there,
spike.
He's having a good time.
Yeah.
Like goofing around with the fans, catching a beer, smashing it.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, that was awesome.
yeah.
That's oh man, he cracked like that. Gronk is like what I would be if I were in the NFL.
Well, that
100%.
makes you proud to be a fan. You know, like you want to have somebody
Yeah.
like that like gives back to the community.
And what we were saying about like Boston sports, him being in Boston like that's huge. Like they love somebody like that, somebody that like is gonna like get mad when they lose and stuff like that. Like Boston fans love that because they want to kill somebody after they
Oh
lose.
yeah, no, they want
Yeah.
to actually murder someone, and they do. What?
There was a little like Twitter video I saw, and it was like Matt Ryan after the game, the Cleveland Brown game. He was like, he wasn't mic'd up or anything, but he was like screaming on the bench, stuff like that. It's just like, golly, like, I don't know what their deal is.
Honestly, I'm at the point where I'm about to just give up on Atlanta teams in general.
I think it's funny
I'm
how like
tired of
all
it.
them at Tin Lizzie's the other day, where like Logan was like messing with me, like I'll go Steelers and all that, and I was like, wait till Nick Chubb gets on the Falcons, just wait. 96-yard touchdown.
Yeah, dude.
So-
Longest in.
Crazy.
Oh shoot, I forget that stat, but it was.
Oh yeah, no, that was a good run.
Nick Chubb's doing really good too.
Yeah, he is seriously.
I mean, it's Nick Chubb. What do you expect?
Yeah, no,
UGA, baby.
He
I like
looked no.
Michelle better, but
Against
Yeah, I do like
against
Sonny
Georgia, he looked just like Georgia. Against the Falcons, he looked just like when he played at Georgia. Like
Yeah.
2 or 3
Oh,
tackles would not take him down. I was like, okay.
But he's
a
another one
savage.
that injury set him back. Like
Yeah.
ever since his injury, he has.
No, he literally. I feel like he could have shattered records if he didn't get hurt.
No
but
doubt.
I
He
just
was an animal.
He definitely, in my comparison, like with Shoney Michelle, like Sony took over and was hitting the hole just hitting the hole with like no regrets, just like as hard as he can.
No regrets.
Yeah.
No
like, for
re-
me, I don't know. He just they kind of lost.
You guys trying to go get a tattoo after this? No regrets.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
But I do want to move into.
you guys wanna
Hellis.
Do you guys want to go to the gas station and get it?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I heard that real winners go there. Yeah.
Anyway,
real winners.
we're gonna
get a certificate and not use it.
yeah, we're gonna move into hashtag Hellis, and we're gonna take it down for a second, ladies and gentlemen. I would just like to take a quick moment of silence for our fallen brother, young Mr. Stan Lee.
And the
All right.
podcast is over.
Yeah, no, seriously, thank you.
Yeah.
So Stan Lee, he definitely an idol of mine. Because I don't know if I've talked about this much on the podcast, but I am a huge comic book dweeb. So, you know, a guy like Stan Lee, he's a legend to me. The man was just an innovator. He created some of the greatest, most famous, huge comic book characters of all time. Spider-Man, who is like either the first or second most recognizable like character in all of fiction around the world. Like I think it's like him and Batman or him and Superman or something, but like just huge worldwide. And this is the man that invented that character. Huge. And unfortunately, we lost a great man yesterday. He passed away. But he was 95, 96. He was up there.
Yeah,
he was up
95,
there.
I think.
Which is crazy. And he not only was he just a creator, an inspirational guy, but he was like the messages that he preached were also just really impactful. He preached a lot about equality and just the rights of all men and women, and it's just really nice to see something like that. A guy that uses platform for good. We've talked about that before.
Yeah. Yeah, that's huge. That's good to see.
Yeah.
Somebody.
Yeah, but all in all, I just wanted
And he
to.
was an army veteran. So
Yeah.
Let's
Yep.
recognize that.
Of course, yeah. Shout out to all our veterans. Love you guys.
Yep.
Yeah, his last
Ladies and
post was
gentlemen.
actually a Veterans Day post.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. See, that just goes to show you. I mean, the guy was an inspiration.
Yeah.
I mean, to a person like me, especially, like I said, I'm a huge comic book nerd. But beyond that, I'm a creator. This podcast is like, one of my like little passion projects. And I don't know. It's just it's nice to see a man like that goes on to do such great things, and is just an all around great person. So, sad to see him go, but he's in a better place.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And I mean, the thing is like he's definitely in a better place, but his legacy inspires more.
Of course.
Someone's got to fill his shoes.
100%.
So who's that person?
Oh,
gonna be?
sheesh. I don't know.
But they got to strive for that spot now.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, I think
Just in the name of him to come behind him,
yeah. Well, I mean, big shoes to fill.
But what an honor it would be.
Oh, of course.
Because we were talking about this here. They're like, he started working at Marvel in 1939, which is insane.
Yeah.
Golly.
Yeah, he started out as a writer for Old West comics and stuff, actually.
Literally
which is
was
kind of
working until he passed away.
Yeah, I mean, it just
was doing cameos in all the movies.
I was gonna say, to the point where now the characters that he created are so huge now on a global scale. Like everybody knows Marvel movies. Everybody knows who Iron Man is, Spider-Man, all that. You know what I mean? So just seeing the fruit of his labors is insane.
And all these people saying that they don't have the opportunity to succeed and everything like that. Like he completely shuts that down.
Yeah.
He might have had like a rich family when he was young. I don't know. I don't even know the guy really. But he went into the military. He comes out and he starts he starts at the bottom as a writer for like a whatever the thing you're talking about.
So basically he started out as an old Western writer for the company that preceded Marvel. Like they became Marvel eventually.
Yeah.
But
as a writer though.
As a writer.
It's not like he was the CEO immediately.
Right.
Like you start at the bottom and you work up.
He grinded.
Yeah.
And that's like the definition of what we preach on this show. Like
yes.
he worked every single day, grinded every single day, busted it out, and look where it got him.
Did.
Yeah, look where it got him.
Yeah, exactly.
He was making that shmoney.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not all about money.
Like,
but
he has a great legacy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like people are gonna remember him as a great man, an inspirational man, who worked his absolute hardest not only to produce something great, like to make great content, but to impact people in such a way that it makes
Change
their
the
lives
world, yeah.
better. Yeah, just change the world for the better.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And the thing is different. That's really crazy is like people really took this concept to heart. Like you think of like the Great Depression, all these like after World War II.
Yeah.
Like comics are what people turn to. Like that's really when like TV and like that kind of stuff was like a relief for people.
I mean, yeah, the big like comic books were like the hugest during World War II.
It was the TV of today because they didn't have TV
Yeah.
back then. So like, what could they do in their spare time? They read comics.
Yeah.
And like every kid, like that's what they like. Baseball cards, like all that kind of stuff is like not around today. Just like comics are really not.
Yeah, it's just an inspiration. I mean, well, and comics are around. They're just a lot less popular.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just an inspiration, man. That's definitely one of my role models in life. I'm not idolizing him to the point of godhood. We've talked about that before. That's not the point.
No.
But I'm not praying to him. I don't even want to get into it. But I'm just saying he's a heck of a guy. He grinded every single day, crushed it. Did everything in his power to make it in this world and leave a lasting legacy that could.
Use his potential.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody has potential in this world, no matter what it is. Even if your potential is to be a librarian, there's nothing wrong with a librarian.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, if that's like what you're called to do, be the best at it.
Yeah.
Like whatever you do, like Floyd Mayweather said that in a thing I watched the other day. He said, if you want to be a teacher, be the best teacher that you can be.
Yeah.
Like be the best whatever.
No matter what it is, be the best at it.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
that guy, like he did that. Like he rose to the top.
Shoot.
He was huge.
What me and Hayden were talking about yesterday about it was think of all of the business and money that's tied to his name and his comics that he created. Like we're talking about comics, we're talking about like
Movies,
jobs, people like
toys.
printing the comics, like people buying the comics, like now the movies that are breaking box offices, like the amount of money that he has generated in business, like his name and like his things.
Oh yeah, he's created. I mean, basically, it's like indirectly he created jobs for like thousands, maybe even millions of people
since like the 50s. Like that is
Yeah.
insane, man. Like,
Yeah, man
good.
grinded
That's
until he was not like 95, 96. Like
the funny thing is
sheesh.
like people in the movies, like when you watch the movies, everyone is awaiting like the cameo. Everyone's like, oh, where is it?
Yeah.
Because you want to see them like when you think of him, like when you watch a Marvel movie and the Marvel comes up and it's like all the comics, all that stuff. You know how it does the opening.
Mhm.
Like that is iconic, and you're like God, like this man like created all this kind of stuff. Like
Even I heard it on the Burt show this morning too. They were talking about it. Like Burt's son, I think his name's Hollis.
Hellis?
Oh, hashtag Hellis. No. He like they would go to see Marvel movies, and he'd be like the one that's like waiting to see that Stan Lee cameo, and like then as soon as it happens, he's like, oh my God, there it is! Like it's just like iconic.
I mean, even in the Spider-Man game, it was like,
Yeah. Oh, that was sick.
Dope.
Yeah, that was
He
awesome.
was like, and it's so dope too, because what he said, because he created Spider-Man, he's like, you two are always my favorite.
Yeah.
Talking about Mary Jane and Spider-Man, it's like that is that's just cool, man.
So dope. Yeah. So
I'm honestly
just goes to show you.
Excited to see whatever they do for him in the next.
Oh yeah, because there's definitely going to be they're either going to probably like dedicate a movie or whatever it is.
It's gonna be a Paul Walker moment.
Definitely like a tribute for sure. I mean, rightfully so.
Yeah.
So
I wonder what movie y'all think that'll be.
I think it's gonna be the next Avengers.
probably Avengers 4. Yeah, that's what I figured. Just because that one's gonna be the huge one. I mean, I don't know. Like,
You got
huge.
the
Marvel's
word
up,
huge today.
Marvel's up
Huge.
next.
Huge.
Yeah, huge was definitely the word today.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, because the next movie is Captain Marvel, but I don't
It's not a big.
see that movie be like. Well, I mean, it's gonna be successful and everything. Of course, all the movies are, but it's not on the level of like the next
I
Avengers.
feel like it's on the level of like Ant-Man and stuff like that.
because
Like
people are
sub-characters.
hyped for Avengers 4. So it's like,
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be the
A
one.
lot of people got upset about people who die. Like, these are comic characters.
Yeah.
Like, these are
Relax.
like, but like that's how much like people like love this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like that's him in the flesh.
Yeah, man. So that's that. You know,
Like
and
he is on par. Him and Walt Disney.
Yeah.
oh, and like how famous they were, how huge they were again.
I
Huge.
would just say like in their impact.
I mean, yeah, I think they're.
Oh,
impact.
in there. Okay, yeah, I know like
I
legacy.
think Walt
both-
Disney is bigger though. But yeah, just
Yeah.
because like Walt Disney.
Disney. I mean, Disney owns everything. Disney owns Marvel.
Disney is. Oh my
Yeah.
god, dude.
So
I'm talking about like one person like creating things. You know. Like,
yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Literally two of the
Innovative.
best minds.
100%.
Jeff Bezos, Walt Disney, Stan Lee, 3 greatest of all time. Don't at me.
Montreux.
Well, anyway, I just wanted to give a shout out to my man's. In a better place. Gonna love you. Gonna miss you. Never got to meet you. Wish I did. And rest easy, my guy. But on that note, that's the show, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Another good one today. Banged it out. Hopefully there were no technical difficulties. We shall see. If there are, I'll probably punch a desk or two.
Find out
but,
the whole
you
thing
know,
didn't record
That's
at
fine.
all.
Oh, I
What?
would, pow. No, it's recording right here. So that's it.
The last thing I want to ask you guys, it's to really look at yourself, look in the mirror, look at your 4 best friends, and decide, like, am I growing from this, or am I not?
Yeah.
And if you can't really answer it with a straight answer,
Well, then you know.
you just, I mean, not saying you have to do anything right now, but just think about it and like watch yourself and surround yourself and make sure you're aware of your surroundings.
Surround yourself with greatness, and you'll be great. You know.
For sure.
Well, yeah, like I said, folks, that's the show. We appreciate you. We love you. Thank you for tuning in.
Be cheerful.
Be cheerful.
Wow,
yeah,
that was-
not
Be
only today,
cheerful today.
not
That
only
was-
today,
that
but
was
in,
there.
in your everyday lives.
Sorry.
You know,
First impressions are everything. Smile on the face can determine, like a whole entire day for someone else.
100%.
Well, I'm about to go rep out 2 group projects real quick.
Pal.
Because,
Well, someone's late, so you have to do it all by yourself.
No, she's like going to be late to the presentation.
Oh my gosh,
And
dude.
she's the demonstration. Like, she's
Why-
demonstrating, like, how our product works.
Oh, that's smart.
She
Yeah,
ha- she
definitely
has
be
it.
late on
She
the day of
has
the
our
presentation.
product. I'm
Why
like,
did she say
oh.
she's gonna be late?
she has a doctor's appointment. I'm like,
On the
You couldn't
presentation?
have reached.
yeah, I do,
Oh
like
my
you,
God.
like you.
How
knew.
long have y'all known about this too?
Like
come
a
on,
week and a half. We've known the time that we're going.
that drives me crazy.
Yeah. Oh
Pal.
God.
Well,
group
we're about to
projects.
go
Oh,
destroy
yeah, I want
someone.
to hear more about the story behind closed curtains.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, y'all take it easy. Have a good one. Have a great one. Have a great rest of the week. We'll see you next week, and don't forget to attack the day.
Adios, ciao, brothers
Double-
down south.
Double heath.